When you go on a listing presentation, it's a good idea to have a seller's net sheet with you. So I'm going to show you how in Tempo, if you go across these little icons at the top and you stop at Financial, there's a little drop-down menu, and the second choice is Seller. We're going to prepare a seller's net sheet. You can actually save this net sheet so that later you could come back and modify it if you need to. But in the meantime, we're going to put Mr. Home Seller, client's name, tab, 123 Main Street, in the city of Orange, the county of Orange, state of California, 92651. Tab, we can pick what kind of property type it is. Single family we're going to choose. And then you're going to put that you're the one that prepared this net sheet. Your company name, Realty Network, and whichever phone number that you use to give to your clients for them to contact you. And this is any sort of comments that you want to put that's going to be on the cover sheet. And you don't necessarily have to say anything, but so we'll just leave it blank. And here you're going to just estimate the closing date. And I would at least use 30 days because that's typical. So you'd want to pick 30 days from today, and this has defaulted to November 17th because I'm preparing this today on October 17th. So you want to at least use a 30-day period. Then it wants to ask you what type of loan this was that the seller has. Most loans have conventional, but it may fit one of these other ones, so I'm going to pick conventional. And now you have to guesstimate the purchase price. Most sellers want 100% of the purchase price that they put on their listing, so I use the listing price. So in this case, this property was listed for $650, so I'm going to put $650. And then you do need to know from the seller how much they owe on the property. Let's say this seller owes $425,000, and he does not have a second or a third. And the interest rate at the time he got this property was 6.5. You would have to ask him if he had a prepayment penalty on his loan. And this is usually only the case if they pay off their loan within the first year, sometimes the first couple years, but if they've lived in their house more than 3 years, it's highly unlikely that they have a prepayment penalty. The payoff statement demand fee is defaulted to $60. The reconveyance fee is defaulted to $45, which is pretty typical. And then they've come down here and it's already been populated what the title fees will be. And down here, if you have to know if there is an HOA. If we said yes, there is an HOA, then we have to put what the HOA fees are. Let's say they're $200 a month. And it's going to, if you notice it's reading across this way, it's going to prorate what that would be in 30 days. And the current property taxes, $650,000 in the state of California. It's typically 1%, so it's highly likely that this person's property taxes are $6,500 a year. Or if they live in a Melrose area, it could be about 1.6. So on the average, loan officers use 1.25, so that would be about $7,000 for the year. Or you could go to the county tax website and you can look up their actual property taxes, so you're working with a real number. And as you notice, it automatically prorated the amount of property taxes that will be due during that time, during the escrow period. Does CA state withholding apply? Does FERPTA withholding apply?